Hey guys, welcome. Hope you're doing well. We spoke about layering in the previous video. Today we're going to be looking at this cool new template I've made for you guys. It's a layering template. So for those that don't know, you can set templates in Ableton and they're pre-designed to load whenever you load them up. So every time you load Ableton, this template's going to load. So I'll just show you how to do that. If we go to file, and then once this is loaded, it will be in the resources of this video. You just click save live set as default set, and every time you open, you're going to get this template that we've made for you to practice layering, which is a really good tip to stand out as a producer. No one's going to sound anything like you because all of your sounds are going to be custom manufactured to be unique. And you're going to have to use your brain to make special combinations, clever combinations. So layering high quality samples with high quality samples with characteristics that add and complement each other. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to our template. So we've got a kick group with an audio kick, so space for an audio kick. And then we've got a MIDI kick. So if you wanted to add, like one of the drum rack kits like a 909, you can just quickly layer that, because as we know, the 909 and the 808 are effective drum machines for dance music. And then we can just layer an audio track on that, and obviously if you just right click on this and duplicate, you can just have two MIDI tracks if you wanted, or layer as much as you want. I'm not going to limit you guys. I'd say anywhere between 2 and 4 is a good amount of tracks to layer on top of each other, but sometimes you can go crazy with like 6, like with the bass line or whatever. But just a template for you guys, so you don't have to keep making new tracks, and they're grouped together so you can add audio effects onto the whole group. So if you want to process both kicks to make them sound better together, you might add a saturator or an EQ or maybe a drum bus. So yeah, you just drag that on there, and then it's going to EQ all the layers in the group, which is cool. I've got a chorus ensemble as well as default, just adds, it shapes the transients. You can turn that on and off like this, but I think it sounds really cool. All the volumes are lowered so you can mix the project and it won't be peaking to start with. Not a huge thing. Sometimes I do minus 6 dB on the master just to stop it from peaking, which is when the audio goes into red. So if we were playing something really loud, like let's get something, let's say for example, let's just say, and if we really cranked it, you can see it starts to go red, and that means you're peaking. So we're losing audio quality there. We don't want to be peaking when exporting our project. We want to be like 6 decibels under the headroom, so there's no distortion sounds. So guys, we've got our kick group. We now have claps, so an audio layer and a MIDI layer for claps, so you can layer your claps or snares, which is a really cool idea. You've got your hi-hats. This is also in the order that I make a track, so your kick drum first, then your claps, then we're going to layer some hi-hats in there. So this is really a step up in your production. It's so fresh. I haven't even used this template yet, but I'm looking forward to using it. It's going to be boss. And then I've got bass lines. So we've got 2 MIDI bass lines here. I think you should be writing your own bass lines just for authentic feel, and it's really fun, and it's quite good to do. So we'll look at that later, writing your own bass lines, and we'll look at layering bass lines in the next video. Obviously you can use audio, so you can do a new audio track, and then it will be added to the group, so you can see your group here. You can collapse your group and open it. And then you've got obviously layer 1 bass, layer 2 bass. So the goal of this template is to layer everything at least 2 layers, because that way you're going to get a totally unique sound. It's going to sound amazing and totally unique and special. So yeah, I thought I'd give this to you guys as a resource, because yeah, it'd be helpful. So we've got synths, we've got layer 1, again 2 MIDI ones, but obviously you can have audio, and I'll show you later how we can turn audio into MIDI and MIDI into audio, just so you can work your way around those 2 types of sound as you like. 2 layers of pads, again MIDI pads, because it'd be easier to layer, but we'll look at that. And then 2 vocal layers and then 2 effects layers. So it's a very basic template. You can actually add a lot of stuff onto this, but just for beginners' sake, you can make a good track with a kick, clap, hi-hat, bass line, synth, pads, vocals and effects, and just add more layers onto that if you like. You know, you might have like 16 effects layers, you might have 2 kicks, 4 basses, not necessarily laying 16 FX on top of each other, but just 16 different FX tracks. But the grouping as well will help you. So yeah, this is a clever little idea. I hope it helps you guys out, and you can get the template in the resources of this video. So thank you guys for listening. We'll make a track in this as well, and next we're going to be looking at layering bass lines. So we're going to get some bass lines, stack them on top of each other, and I'll show you how we can process those basses to make them sound nice and in unison with each other. Thanks for listening, guys, and I'll speak to you in the next one. Peace.